Hello everyone. How are we doing today? I hope everyone's doing okay. Just seeing here. I hope everyone had at least as good of a week as you could have the past week or so. I needed some extra time, extra downtime, so I've been a little less active on my socials for the past week or so. Work has been really, really stressful as well, so I just needed a break from everything, so I hope everyone can understand that, and I hope that, again, you all have been able to make it through. Okay, so my plan for this stream, I had started working on a micro cabin type, like micro lodge type build, and I was just gonna work on it a little bit more tonight and see how far we get, but I have no intention of necessarily finishing the entire thing tonight in this stream. I'm already starting a bit later than I normally do whenever I do choose to stream, but this is kind of what we're working with right now. And this is in the destination world, Granite Falls. This is the idea with this build here. So we'll see what happens. I just wanted to stream tonight. I normally don't stream on Tuesday nights, so I don't think it's going to be quite as busy as the weekend usually is. So it'll be interesting if we get a lot of engagement tonight. And either way, I don't mind. I like to have live streamers on in the background whenever I'm playing video games and stuff like that. So don't have to necessarily interact or anything. If you want to just listen to me chat away to myself, that's perfectly fine with me. Just trying to make sure I get everything set up. I'm double checking some things, streaming on 3 different platforms. So I'm just wanting to make sure everything is good to go. And all of my windows are going. Okay, so I think we're good. I did download a new kind of stream scene selection. We had our spooky stuff for a while, and I went to more kind of cozy autumn vibes. So I had to change some of my settings. If my microphone, it looks like my mic might be a little too loud. I'm gonna take it down just a notch. Let me know if this is a comfortable level. I think this might be a little bit better, but I think we're good on that front. So I have some homemade apple cider I made over the weekend, so I'm gonna be like drinking on this throughout the stream. I wanted to go for those cozy vibes, and so I hope you all can join in. Okay, so if you have not, well, I know nobody has seen this because I did this on my off time. So I like to play Sims a lot if you're new to the stream, and oftentimes I don't live stream. I've been trying to like focus on just building content primarily with The Sims 4, and so I usually build offline, and then I do like a lot of YouTube content where I post tours of my builds and stuff, but I'm trying to get into streaming a little bit more regularly. And so this is kind of what we're working with on the inside. Again, I didn't stream any part of building this, but with it being a micro home or whatever, micro cabin, whatever we want to call it, I tried to be really intentional with the use of the space. So platforms are super important here, but I have like this nice little living space, and you have kind of this built-in underneath the bottom here for extra space. So I have the tiny living Murphy bed couch combo here, and a TV over here on the wall, just to kind of leave it open a bit more. You have this cute little kitchen over here. So I've done a lot of the main work. I was primarily focusing on the outside, and then you have like a nice little bed up here and a little bathroom in this area. So trying to be intentional with the space. I have a glass roof, so that's why that looks like that. It's not quite a glitch necessarily, but I have like a little bit of a skylight in there because it was pretty dark. So I was like, why not just make this like a little skylight feature? So that's what we're working with there. And then on the outside, I have like a little pumpkin patch area. And then I put a pond in over in this corner. And at nighttime, it's kind of a fun, cozy vibe. I put some of these strands of lights here. Still don't know what all I'm going to do on the outside yet, but that's kind of what it's looking like for the time being. And put this little pier, and then I had to get a little creative because I really like the wisteria. And this is from Debug, but it's like meant to go on a big bridge that we normally can slot to from Cottage Living, I think it is. And so I wanted to use this because it looked kind of cool on the pier, but as you can see, like it actually goes all the way over here because it's like a huge bridge that it's supposed to connect with. So I'd put the pickup truck here to pretend like it's growing on the side of the truck because, you know, a lot of farms will have like old trucks as like a display. So I think it kind of works a little seamlessly in a way to where it just kind of grows on the side of the truck. I thought that was kind of a neat little feature with that. So that's kind of what we're vibing with in this build so far on the outside. But yeah, I'm not quite sure where I want to go with it just yet, but I need like a lot of finishing touches on the outside, I think, and trying to figure out maybe a little bit more on the inside. But this is where we're at with this, and it's been a lot of fun putting this together. So we're just gonna vibe. We're just gonna vibe tonight. If you want to join in, by all means, welcome. Say hi in the chat. I love meeting new people. So, you know, don't ghost me. Please don't ghost me. But I'm trying to figure out what I want, like where I want to start. It's been a few weeks, like at least 3 weeks since I worked on this. So I'm just trying to figure out where I left off myself and figure out where I want to go with it. I did kind of put these like bathrooms on the outside, just pretending like it's a part of a bigger kind of park area or something where you have like other cabins around it or something to that extent. But I did put this with like a pea bush outside. And that was also just because in the bathroom, it's not a full bathroom. So I couldn't really fit in the way I wanted to. It's mainly just for showering. I have a sink and a shower, and then to go to the bathroom, you go outside. So that's kind of the vibes that we're running with this little lodge cabin situation. So I just gotta figure out like what vibes we're gonna go with here. And I also don't know why I can't hear the game. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know why the game music's not playing. Let's see. Landscaping is something I definitely still need to do a lot of. I tried putting some trees in. That was like one of the last things I did. I put them around the lot here. I have a little bit of a picnic area over in this part as well, and a little well. And so that's kind of the vibe for this spot over here. You can cook out, hang out, do whatever, and then just kind of cutesy vibes. And also, before I forget, and I need to look up before I start putting things down. So I actually, let me save this to, I'm going to save this to my library. This is a limited pack build. So I promised y'all I would do that on over on my channel. And so before I forget and start putting all this stuff down, I'm gonna double check on why? I didn't move my mouse over enough. We'll get there eventually. It is kind of bothering me though. Let me check my settings. Audio. Oh, that's why. I do remember doing that. at one point. I don't remember why I did that. There we go. I was about to be really bothered by not having background music. I need something playing. Okay, so let me see really quickly. There may be a better way to do this, but so horse ranch, cottage living, snowy escape, seasons. I don't remember get together. I used plants. Shoot. So get together was not supposed to be included in that. Outdoor retreat was, tiny living was. Little campers. Oh, I do have a couple things for little campers, yeah. Which makes sense. Spooky stuff. Okay, well it is still a limited pack build, especially if you're used to my channel. I normally, because I do some pretty big builds, I have like easily 40 packs. So I mean, what is this? Like 9? 9 is not that bad. As long as it stays under 10 and under, I'm happy with that. I would say that is quite a success. And also considering really you don't need get together. It's just a couple of different plants, and that's over by the pond. So not a big deal if you don't have that one. Okay, I think we might be good. Let me know audio level wise. I forgot to double check that. I changed my scenes. And so if it's too much, let me know. I think I need to cut that off or not. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. Rough start tonight for me. Sorry. Okay, so I want to like try to figure out. Let's see. Let me go ahead and mark my packs. So seasons, snow escape, cottage living, horse ranch. I think those were the 4. I'm not marking get together because that one was not supposed to be included, but it was by accident. And then let's see here. Little camper, tiny living was included. I think that's it on that. And then my little campers. Okay. So let's see. I have like a little fish sign here already. And so I have like these little signs throughout the lot where you can like get direction on where things are. Again, I'm kind of pretending like there's more to do than just in this one lot. So it's kind of like people could come over here for pumpkins. They can go over to one of these other side lots over here for something else. You know, there's a lot of like camping stuff over here in this lot. Just trying to think more community wise what's going on. I know I want like piles of leaves, so I'll go ahead and grab a couple of those. Is there a difference in these? I guess it's like slightly different shape. So we'll grab that, and then that's a snow shovel. Do we have like a, yeah, there's the rake. We'll put that somewhere. I think that'll be fun to include. Let's see. I'm just kind of like looking for vibes of things that we would want to include, potentially, anyway. And so, I don't know if we want like a little arch at the, at like the front. I don't know if that's gonna fit the vibe. Like it's not, I don't like this one necessarily. I like the idea of that, but maybe like horse ranch or something that's maybe a little more rustic looking. Snowy Escape's a little too nice. It's a little, not quite the vibes, if you know what I'm saying. So let's see. I love grabbing all sorts of clutter like this. So I don't know, I already have one over here, but I like putting a lot of clutter. If you're new to any of my channels on any of the platforms, if you're watching right now, I have a very big love of cluttering things up and doing some fun things with that. I do have mushrooms around the lot, so maybe I can do something like this with the walkway if I put it like right there and have a walkway right in this middle part, that might be a good way to kind of line that up and have that around the mailboxes, and maybe even bring it a little off the lot, since we're pretty limited beyond that little line. Trying to blend that in might be helpful. Yeah, see, this is the debug arch, like, of the wisteria that I was talking about. So this would be like a cute thing to put somewhere. This is just how I do things, so bear with me as I figure it out. But when I see things I want to include, I'll grab them. I already have that. I already have this technically too, so maybe try to venture out a little bit. What is this? I wonder what that's supposed to be. It almost looks like a planter, like you put a tree in it or something, but I have no idea what that's meant to be. It is kind of cute, but let's see here. Might put a bird bath. I like the idea of a bird bath. We could put one as like a placeholder for now. Put that over there. Something like this could be kind of cute, but it's pretty big and I don't know if I want to really size that down to make it work. Okay, so we're getting into some more. We're just kind of looking through debug right now if you're joining in. We don't know what we're doing yet. we're just grabbing things to see. That could be like a cute little planter, I think. Maybe do something with that. Kind of get some more of the rustic vibes. I don't think I want that. That's what I have over there. Could grab... I don't know if I want that many more of those. This is really cute. Like, that could go somewhere. I love digging through debug. Like, I've never seen this before. I just feel like I find new things all the time. All the time. You can get ahead. Can you size that? Yeah, you can size it up. You can make it just like a big head. Could put this somewhere. That's hilarious. Okay, let's see. I'm not too worried about rocks right now, or any type of landscaping as far as that's concerned. Just looking more bigger picture. Oh, this is wool. Okay, interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing. I already have like a ton of these items in the build. Cleaning supply. I don't think I can put that anywhere, but I'll leave it out. I think that's like a nice little aesthetic for this build too. I don't know where I'd put it, but I didn't even know we had that. That's like a fun thing. I will admittedly say that Horse Ranch is one I've not used a lot. I don't normally build in that style, so Horse Ranch has, I feel like, just a lot of items that I still don't know exist. Let's see. If you're into foraging, you might fancy this shelf. That could be kind of fun, I think, to put somewhere on the outside. Maybe. We'll figure it out. Let's see. I think everything's fine. I get really paranoid whenever I'm like streaming on so many things all at once. Just like never know if something's going wrong on one or the other. Not really seeing anything through here that I want to incorporate. I like the idea of like having a tent, but I just don't think it naturally fits in anywhere that I like, based on how I have the space kind of structured. I could maybe sneak a tent of some sort somewhere over here if I wanted to, or like maybe over here by the well, I could do a tent. Maybe not this one, but just find a tent. I actually do kind of like that. Maybe scoot the table out a little bit more. That could work. Like maybe you just have a lot more people than the cabin can hold. Have some people on the outside. I might just try to find another. We're just doing placeholders for some things right now until we figure it out. Like we have this one, and I kind of like the idea of using this one over that one because this one is from the outdoor retreat. This one was from Snowy Escape, wasn't it? I think it was. This is bigger. Cabin in a bag. I don't know if this would... Yeah, this might not even fit very well. So maybe it would be better to leave it with this one. Ooh. I kind of like that, actually. Yeah. We'll see. We'll just have to see. Wait and see. Okay. So we do have community items. I feel like I already have some of these things. I don't have the pebbled sink, but I have the trash can over here. And I got the swatch that matches with the bathroom. In a way, I kind of like the idea of putting like a little sink over here next to that, but I don't know. I feel like I want it to be a little more rustic vibes, so I don't want to like put an outdoor kitchen type space necessarily. I just like these plain little grills. I like the idea of that a little bit better, I think. So we'll see. We'll see. So now I've laid out a lot of things that I want to incorporate. Let me get rid of this. I can see a little bit better. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. Maybe we can figure out the pathway. Just need to move all my clutter stuff that I plan on putting somewhere. So let's see, what can we figure out for this? Oh, I did forget to actually mark base game. I went through, since I'm doing limited pack, and forgot to click base game. So let's make sure we get that. I'm not sure that we're gonna be able to do too much here. Hello, Zach So Raven, how are you doing? How's it going? I kind of like the idea of it just being dirt. You know, like maybe... I think stone might be a little too fancy for kind of what we're going for here. Which, if that's the case, I don't need to put the terrain paint down right now because we know how that works in The Sims because it'll be deleted. Which is super annoying, unless that's one of the small things they've maybe fixed in all of these updates, but I don't think it is. And even if they say that it's fixed, I highly doubt that it is. So, let's see. Oh, I need to also, there we go. Get that. I don't know. I think because it's, yeah, because it's debug, I can't change the size of it. I really want to shrink that just a little bit. Life's going, yeah. That's been the story of my life. It's a perfectly acceptable response, I would say. I'm not sure how I want to clutter this outside space. I really wanted to go ahead and put my path down, but it looks like that's gonna have to be a last minute thing just because terrain paint is so annoying to have to deal with. I could put this little thing next to this staircase right here. I feel like we can make that work. That's kind of cute. Got some fun vibes to it. I feel like I want this to, I don't know. I kind of feel like I need to switch this around. Like maybe put this tucked away back here and then put this like right there. You know what I'm saying? I think that works. That's fun. Fun vibes. I think it's gonna come together. Let's see here. Why? I want the color swatches to go above it because I can't see what it's actually changing. Come on! Give me a break. Oh, that one looks autumnal. Has the leaves there. I don't know. I feel like I like this swatch, honestly. Not sure I'm a fan of many of these other ones. Not for the vibes. It's supposed to be autumn vibes. This one has the leaves, but I don't like the color of like the barrel. This one has, yeah, I don't know. I feel like this one is probably, I like the sunflowers on it too. I feel like makes it a cute item. It's really annoying that the swatches cover the actual item, so I can barely see what it's changing. But yeah, I think those would be the only two choices. This one has leaves. What's the difference? Is it just slightly a different color? Yeah. Okay. This is like white versus blue, and I don't like either one of those. So we're just going to stick with the base. Okay. So I like the idea of like putting some leaves somewhere. I still don't know quite where I want those to go. And then I like the idea of having some landscaping around the cabin. My thing is like, I don't know, in the front, I want it to be actually kind of minimal, which I know it's shocking to hear me say that. But I don't want anything that's super crazy going on in front of the cabin. I want it to be a little bit simpler. Oh, that's kind of cute. I like those. That can be an option. YouTube recommended my pink Victorian mansion a few weeks ago. Oh, you've been binging my videos? I love hearing that. Thanks for letting me know. It makes me feel a lot better and like motivates me to hear people when they say stuff like that. I appreciate it. Yeah, that pink Victorian mansion, I was not planning on making it like a series in so many parts. Like at the start in part 1, if you watch that one, I say it's just going to be like a 2-part thing. I was just introducing it, and then the second video was meant to be like the final build where I just tour after I've finished it. But I did a live stream on it and people loved it and people have been really liking it, so I did it again, and then that third part kind of got a lot of traction, so people seem to be liking that series, which I wasn't planning on doing. So thanks for the feedback on that. I'm glad it caught your eye and that you stuck around. We're a small community right now, but we're trying to grow. I'm trying to get used to streaming a little bit more often, but I did not stream last week. I was struggling last week. I'm still kind of struggling this week, so just wanted to hop on tonight. I almost did hop on to do the pink Victorian build to keep working on it, but I'm gonna save that. I'm hoping to maybe stream sometime later this week, maybe over the weekend at some point or something, and we'll pick up where we left off potentially. So yeah, I like the small community aspect of it a lot. I've gotten to meet some really great people who have come to my streams more regularly as well, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. I've gotten some nice comments as well consistently from people. Small communities are a lot more, they're easier to manage, and you can get more personal with people when they're smaller. I know when people grow, it can get a lot more difficult to, I'm going to set aside some of these sunflowers to kind of keep that strong of a connection, because there are so many people and you can't please all of them and you can't pay attention to every single person. So yeah, I do like the mindset of having a small community. Okay, so I know that there are these viney plants that I'm thinking of. I just don't know if it's in a pack that I can use, since this is going to be limited pack build. And they look really cool when it's like fall. Or actually, no, I think it's summer. And I used them in my Gothic Mansion build. And I have no idea. I don't think they're in any of the packs we selected. So might not be able to use those. Don't want to use that. Man, I feel like the packs that we have for this build don't have the best options. I love a lot of cottage livings landscaping, but that's not quite the vibe that we're going with for some of it. Do I have any of these by the pond? Because that would be like nice to include. Like, what if I just put a couple of these? Like, put that there. Maybe even just one is fine for now. So I have a lot of like yellow flowers, orange flowers. So we're focusing on seasons, snowy escape, cottage living, horse ranch, outdoor retreat, tiny living, little campers. So, oh, thanks for the follow, Spooky. Your Sims sign is cool. Oh, behind me. At first I was like, wait, what Sims sign? Thank you, appreciate it. We're like going, I'm focusing on the outside of this micro cabin that I built. And so this is just like a quick top-down view. Yeah, it is still a lot of packs. It started off as one or two less, but then some of them had items I really wanted to use. Like originally, I don't think Horse Ranch was one that I wanted to include, but there were just some items I really wanted to use that kind of went with the vibe. So for me, this is a very limited pack build. Most of my builds have like easily at least 20 plus packs. So for me, this is a limited pack build. I'm used to like cluttering so much that I pull a lot of things in. So I think what I'm struggling with right here is just the, thanks for the likes on TikTok. Appreciate it. Thanks for following Zach So Raven as well. Sorry I missed your thing. I feel like my notifications are not working again. I had this issue last week, and I'm not sure why this is happening, so let me double check this, because if you're joining in, I'm streaming on 3 different platforms, so I can easily miss things if for some reason my alerts are not working, which they don't seem to be working right now. So let me check something real quick. I will say though, if you're on TikTok, I don't have alerts for that. So I only have alerts for YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, it should be working. Maybe I just missed it. It should be a sound effect though, so it should be catching my attention. But it didn't, so. Okay, so they did happen, they just weren't working. Okay. So I actually did have the issue last week where they were not, but I was too busy talking. I talk a lot, so. I want a plant that's like taller. That's the issue. That's why I keep going back to the plants. It's like I have a very vague idea of what I want. It's like I need something that's like this, like something that goes up, grows upward, but I want it to like also be the right aesthetic or vibe, and I'm like struggling to find something that works right now. This is why I normally don't do limited pack builds, because there's always something that I want that would work better from another pack. We could that's not what I'm wanting. This is not an orchard. Like this, you know, like something that goes up. Maybe, is there a swatch on this that I could maybe, you know, okay. I can't use other swatches. I don't really want pink. Like, I want oranges, reds, yellows. Like, I don't want pink and purple and things like that, and I think that's why it's also even harder. Like being very specific right now. Let's see here. Maybe something in shrubs. Like, I like the shape of this, but I don't want lavender. You know? I'm just gonna complain about everything I choose. I feel like that's where I'm at right now. I don't know if I want to use wisteria on the outside of this cabin. That's not quite the vibe either. I have it over here, but I don't want it to be like a very commonly used thing. Oh man, come on. There has got to be something that I can use here. Like that's... Honestly, that's not that bad. It's not really what I wanted. I don't want a planter box with it, but I could just use a shrub. What colors? Okay, yeah, we'd want brown. I feel like I could make this work, maybe. You know, I just want something that lines up with the columns on the front a little bit. I think this is technically concrete, not wood, but we can pretend, you know. Still don't really like that though. Oh, this is what I was talking about earlier. This has a really nice swatch whenever it's in a different season. It like has red and yellow and orangey colors. I think I can like sneak this up under the house. I kind of like the look of that a little bit there. So I want it to be not really overgrown, but I do want it to kind of have those vibes a little bit. Okay, so let's see here. Don't really want to do that, I don't think. Let me do colors orange. Yeah, so when I do that, it brings in all the other packs. It's like, I'm not using those though. That's not that bad, I could use that. Oh, there, well, I actually kind of like this. It mixes the red and orange. I could make that work as like endpoints. What is this? Why is that there? How did that end up? What? I have no idea why that was there or how it ended up there, but it did. It did somehow. Okay, so put one of those there. And then I kind of want, I don't want it to be evenly spaced. Like I want it to be a little kind of all over the place. I think that lends more to like the rustic charm. I don't want it to be super symmetrical. Maybe like have some sunflowers growing up through the bush here. I want it to, kind of want it to be like a little messy, if that makes sense. Like, I want it to look a little overgrown and messy. No, that does not have the vibes that I want. Okay, I need an in-between here. So let's see what happens with a 0.5. Oh, that is not what I want. So let's see here. Maybe try point. Oh, that's because I sized it up. I forgot. I forgot I had done that. But so if I put 1.2, yeah. Okay, that's getting closer. I just forgot I had sized it up before I did that, so I was trying to make it a little bit smaller, but that's not how Tool works. Let's try maybe 1.4. I want it a little bit, or 1.5. Yeah, that'll work. There we go. Yeah. Maybe pull this forward a little bit more. Oh. The devil's in the details, yeah. I'm definitely someone who gets lost in the details though, so I need to like shift my balance a little bit. For Sims 4 died, may it rest in peace. I was so picky as well. Yeah, the sunflowers are a good choice. Let's see. So now I still need to figure out something to kind of... Oh, this is actually kind of cute. I know the flowers are kind of pink, but I like the planter box with that. I want something like this that looks like a wildflower. And also my filters are gone, so I just got to remind myself to double check that. I feel like that could work actually. I don't hate that. I think it could work. And then maybe get like oh, that was a debug. I didn't realize that was debug. Let's see. I normally don't struggle this much with landscaping. In fact, it's one thing that I normally fly through, and I am not... I think it's just the fact that I've not played in a minute. It's been over a week, really, since I played, so... Oh, I like that color. Okay, let's put a couple of these down to mix and match a little. Brings more of the orange color in. We'll put them around here like that. Inspiration? Honestly, that's a good question. Are you talking about like just for my build ideas or like for decor? Like for my build ideas, it depends. Sometimes I will get inspiration from real buildings, kind of like what happened with that pink Victorian mansion. So that one I was just on YouTube, and for some reason that was being recommended to me on my For You page kind of thing, and it caught my eye. I was like, oh, that would be such a cool build to do in The Sims. Like I immediately thought that when I saw the thumbnail for that video. Sometimes I just have an idea of what I want to do. It just randomly comes to me. So for like this build, I knew I wanted to do, all of October, I did so many kind of Halloween themed builds. Getting into November, I was thinking of doing at least one autumnal type build. And so from that, I kind of like looked at the worlds and which world would fit the vibe. And then I saw that Granite Falls was kind of like this getaway from Outdoor Retreat, because I thought Outdoor Retreat was kind of the vibe I was going for with like a cabin or lodge type thing. So it just kind of developed from there. It was like one of those things where you have a snowball effect. So you have one idea, and then once you figure it out, it kind of leads to you figuring out the next one and the next one. And so it just kind of came together. I knew I wanted to do a small build, so I was like, let's just do a micro home, you know. So that's kind of what determined that. I just didn't feel like doing a big build after starting that Victorian mansion build. So I try to not do too many really large builds like that because they take me forever to like furnish and just build themselves. But because I do like to clutter a lot, it takes a very long time. I don't know if you caught my Gothic mansion build, but it was like 6 floors, and that build took me a couple of weeks to work on. Like solid, like playing every day and working on it. So I knew with this one I wanted it to be a small build. But I'll just find certain pictures online. Sometimes in some of my YouTube videos, I've used ChatGPT to like just randomly generate an idea or some type of inspiration. So like I've asked it to do a small pack build before, and so it automatically selects like 5 or 6 packs that I have to use in the build. Sometimes I like using ChatGPT for that because it does some really funky things just because it's an AI. And you know, I did a house where I had a bedroom that was outside on a balcony or, you know, so it's just, and that was because ChatGPT gave me a photo with a bedroom on a balcony, which made no sense practically, but I did it anyway because it was just kind of funky and fun. So I do a lot of weird things like that. I think it's a lot of fun to do things like that. That's nice to hear. Thanks, Zach. That's I still think one of my favorite builds I've done today. It's one that I've been most proud of. Um, the only thing is like it is the only build I have that uses CC. And I had a lot of fun playing with CC for the first time and doing that build. So yeah, I really got into it. It was a lot of fun doing that. I don't know if I want to have this item. I kind of like the idea. I wish this wasn't so tight right here where you couldn't walk through. So I like the idea of having this as like cleaning supplies for like the bathroom maybe, and it just kind of stays out here. Like I could just put that there. No, I like the dark brown. So maybe put that over there. I hate to say it, it's just this landscaping is not vibing with me at all. What did I use back here? I used a lot of different landscaping back here. So maybe I could incorporate some of what I did back here. I do like using these for filler. These work really well, especially when you have the stilted foundation to like kind of fill up a little bit more. So I think I might use some of these sized down just to fill in the space. See how much more coverage that gives? Like, I just think that kind of helps make it fuller. I think that's what I was wanting. Because like now that's okay with me. It has the like nice kind of messy vibe that I'm looking for. Because it looks a little overgrown in the way that I want it to. I don't know if I can fit it. Yeah, that's why I don't like putting things up against that foundation, but I don't want to lower the foundation because then that's going to break a lot of things. So I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Also, I need to make sure I put my packs back on because I'm getting in dangerous territory here without limiting myself back. Horse ranch, cottage living, outdoor retreat, tiny living, and little campers. Yeah, the life and death pack is pretty fun. I like a lot of the furniture in it, for sure. What's some of your favorite stuff with life and death? Obviously, I don't do a lot of build mode. That's all I do. I don't do a lot of live mode. I've thought about doing more live streams where I play live mode. But for me, I don't like doing that unless I know that people are there to help me, because when I say I don't know very much about build mode, or I don't know why I keep saying build mode, live mode, I really don't. So I did that video of like speed running the Grim Reaper's rewards event. And thankfully, shout out to Anglican and Ryan who were on that live stream. They were very, very helpful with helping me get through the tasks for that because I had no idea what I was doing most of the time. Okay, so I think one thing I kind of want to sneak in, and then I think we can be done with plants. I would like to get a little bit more of a red tone in here. I could use these sized down a little. Yeah, I like that. Just kind of put a couple of these mixed in. Like, ooh, I like having them sneaking them up under the foundation. I'm gonna save. Welcome in, everyone. Okay, so now that that's kind of starting to vibe a little bit, kind of want to put like piles of leaves, even though I know these leaves don't make sense for this tree. We're just gonna go with it because it's Sims and we can do whatever we want. Also, we can just say that we, you know, raked up all the leaves and put them over here. So they don't have to be from that tree. And we can put our rake over here just to kind of further prove that. Tell that story. Okay. So now I still have all this clutter randomly sitting out over here. Being only a viewer of that pack, if I could only choose one item, it would be Raven or Crow. That. Oh yeah. Yeah, I put that. It is a crow, actually, and I say actually because I corrected myself several times whenever I was reviewing the Life and Death build mode. And I thought it was a raven because, you know, the world name Ravenwood, and I don't know, it just seemed to fit, but the description of the actual bird is a crow. So every time I said crow, I was like, oh, I mean raven, and I was correcting myself, but I was actually right, and like actually correcting myself into the wrong thing, so not really correcting myself. But yeah. It's definitely fun. In the build I'm working on right now in that mansion, I don't know if you saw it, but I put from the artist studio kit, we have that paint splatter. Like, let me see here. Artist studio. And then it would be under the floor. We have this, the paint splatter. I used the white swatch on it. Yes, I can. There we go. This one. And I sized it down and put it under the bird to pretend like it was bird poop on the floor. So, you know, if you want to get super realistic with something like that, that's what I did. It's kind of a fun little detail. But I thought it was funny anyway. I don't know where I want to put this. Like, I like the idea of having this. I'm almost thinking about moving the bike and putting it up against the wall over here. I can scoot the hose over and maybe put the bike just somewhere else. Don't know exactly where, but I like the idea of this. I don't like the idea of it being on this side of the... I don't know. I'm overthinking. I'm probably overthinking. Let's just do it. We'll put it over here for now. If I end up changing my mind, I change my mind. I just didn't want it to be by a pea bush. But, you know, it is what it is. Kind of like the idea of it being like kind of tucked away over here. Oh, the pumpkins? Yeah. Have a little pumpkin patch over here. Fun little vibe. And then, at least for now, we have these strands of lights. I kind of like the idea of maybe adding some more out here eventually, but definitely I like the vibe, but I've not focused at all on like outdoor lighting, so it looks a little plain right now. Not much going on. Let's see. Ooh, I like the green. I like this one, the rough. I kind of like the rough looking brown and green. Yeah, I like that there. I like it tucked away, I guess, more than I thought I would. I don't know why I want these things everywhere. I just kind of do. Just kind of matches the vibes, I guess, in some capacity. I just don't think I need all of these. I don't want too many of them. Then we have this little picnic area over here by the two grills. Maybe scoot that over a little bit more. Then I did want a bird bath, but not that necessarily. Well, actually, that is the one I would need, but the other one was debug, so it's at least better to get that. I wonder if I could use this somewhere. And put that near the bird bath too. These are just here for right now. I don't know where these things are gonna go. I kind of like the idea of having this though. Like maybe putting that in the corner and then having the bird bath kind of next to it. I don't know. I feel like it might start getting a little too crowded over here if I'm putting so many things. Kind of like the idea of that, though. Okay. The lavender is there to cover the stink. Let's see here. I don't know if I want to use these planters. I don't know where I'd put them right now. It's not really vibing with me so much. I could put them over here. Well, no, it clips kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know if I want these. I don't know. I don't know. Could put this, I mean, I could put them at the front maybe and put this one like over here by the sign. I think that's fine. We'll have the walkway here. These I need to figure out where to put these. These are really cute. I really like these. This is honestly, I think, my favorite debug find of the night tonight. Like this could be kind of cute just in the front, you know? Just like a nice little landscaping lawn decor item. I think it's cute. I don't think I can, no. No other colors can go with that. Let's see. So, I'm not going to be as picky about... Let's go to some of the plants again. Excuse me. Sipping on my cider. It's not quite as hot anymore. I need to reheat it. I did really enjoy making it though. I love making homemade cider. I think it's such an it's like one of the easiest things you can do. And I just enjoy it. And it's not nearly as unhealthy as store-bought cider, because store-bought cider has so much added sugar to it. And I don't add any sugar to mine. Or if I do, I might add like a little bit of brown sugar, but it's not a lot if I do. I don't know if I want that. Never made it. I highly recommend it. I have a pressure cooker, so I literally can get a pretty like very flavorful batch in like 30 minutes. Normally you want it to kind of simmer for several hours if you do like a slow cooker or something, because all it is water, and then you slice up your apples. You want like a nice variety of apples, and maybe do a couple of like do an orange, add a little more of a tart flavor, and then you just add a lot of like your spices you want. So like you can use whole cloves with like star anise, or you can add cinnamon. Like you can add so many different things, allspice. But it is really good. You've never had cider? I mean, I don't feel like that's a super uncommon thing. I feel like a lot of people don't really drink cider or think to drink cider. So I guess it's not really that surprising. I wouldn't say you're like in a minority of any sort. I feel like a lot of people have not really had cider, probably, if you ask them. Hey, Sims Fanatic Ash, how are you doing? Thanks for the hearts. Appreciate that. Nice to have you here. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. It's good to hear from you. Yeah, it's been a minute. Been a minute. We're working on just a micro cabin type ordeal right now. More so just the outside. The inside's pretty much done for the most part, but I might do some like finishing touches in there, but just trying to get the vibe of the outdoor space. What if I just did greenery? Like I'm kind of thinking like maybe just doing like a fern, size that down. Like what if I just did that in this one? Whoa, that is not at all centered. Look at that. That's awful. That is so far off. Way off the mark there, Matthew. There we go. Like, I feel like that works fine. Why am I'm such a perfectionist? This is a problem. Like, I want it to be centered on it, because then it just looks funny from one side and it looks fine from the other. I don't like the way this looks on the back, but I'm trying to not pay attention. One trick that I'll do sometimes is I'll size it down one size smaller and raise it, and then it kind of fills it in towards the bottom part. I feel like that didn't help at all in the back though. There we go. Whoa. I guess I can like go down a level on the cabin so that doesn't happen. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that. Just very simple, kind of plain, but simple works. Yeah. The sigh is real. Sigh is real. Yeah, I think ferns are cute too, Zach. It's making your OCD heart happy. Yeah. I feel like that's one thing that just also contributes to why it takes me forever to finish anything is because I get to be too much of a perfectionist sometimes. And it really becomes a problem. And I think that's why I don't particularly... I love live streaming, don't get me wrong, but I put this added pressure on myself when I live stream that I need to hurry and like I need to rush because people don't want to see me spend 10 minutes on centering a fern, you know, in a pot. So it's like it forces me to kind of keep the pace going a little bit, and if something's taking too long, I'll just leave it and come back to it at another time. So I'm trying to get more comfortable with that a little bit. But yeah, I think putting some ferns around, like put these around that tree could work as well. I kind of want to rotate it just a little bit. Put some greenery. Thanks for sharing the live. I appreciate it. And thanks for the likes. Appreciate the love. Let's see. I don't think I want these. I would like to put some type of color in this one. Ooh, I like the red. Maybe we could do more red over here. And this is like pretty big, so I feel like it can work well. Put that there. Yeah, it doesn't come in other swatches though. Well, it does. That's funny, it's not letting me pick different ones. My organized debug needs to together. I want it to be like a hodgepodge of plants. Then I want like, ooh, what if I grab this guy? This is just kind of the vibes I'm going for. I want it to be like, you know, whenever you see those like older planters like this, and they have like a, forgot what I was about to say. They have a lot of different plants in them, a variety of plants. I think I like it when it's bigger still. Let's see, and then I want one of those that lays low to the ground. Kind of like the tiled plants. Shoot, my filter's not on. Y'all are gonna have to help me to make sure I don't use anything that's outside of my limited pack. So like these. Oh, that's a little too high. Please don't make me have to use the tool mod. I do not want to deal with that right now. I'm still not experienced enough to do that live on stream. Okay, we have plenty of room. We can scoot that back. There we go. I like how they sneak in at the bottom and they kind of give a little more coverage. Welcome in, everyone. How are we doing? Oh, that's a minority. We'll watch paint dry or to center fern in the pot. Yeah. Yep. I appreciate the attention to the little details like that, but I know it's not the most fun thing to watch someone do. So I try to be mindful of that, I guess, whenever I'm doing mine. think that's cute. I think that looks fine. You know? We're gonna lean into that a little bit. It took a minute. Don't get me wrong. It normally doesn't take me that long. Landscaping is usually my favorite thing to do. As you can tell, like I had so much fun doing all of this over here and with the pond and everything. But yeah, for some reason, it's just getting back into it takes me a minute. So taking over a week off from playing was not the best thing to do. What do we want to do over here now? I just love putting so many plants in my builds. I just think it makes it come alive. Maybe we could do more sunflowers over here by the foraging table. Hey Stitch to Love, how you doing? Yeah, bring the sunflowers over, I think is kind of a nice vibe for that. And then bum, bum, bum. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Do I have a green thumb? I do, actually. Which, you know, I think explains a lot for me. I actually just went to, I was super excited. There was a brand new plant store that opened up in the neighborhood I used to live in, which kind of sucks now that I don't live over there anymore. But a friend and I just went there. We had brunch and then we went to it, and I bought 3 new plants and had a lot of fun getting those put in their pots yesterday and everything. But yeah, I've always loved plants, even as a kid. My mom would buy me so many plants. I loved going to nurseries, like botanical gardens and nurseries and things like that. Actually, like, I remember this is how much I got into it. I would actually pre-plan where, like, what plants I wanted and where. So I would draw a little map as a kid, and I would like draw all of our trees and our around our house and everything, and I would like put circles where I wanted certain plants to go, and I'd label them in my little notebook. And I love plants. I still do. But yeah, it was a lot of fun for me to wake up every morning and go see the new blooms and stuff every day. I don't know. It's kind of a fun thing, I think, especially as a kid, to watch something grow. It was a good experience for me to have to take care of something that's, you know, not like necessarily a living, breathing thing necessarily. I guess plants technically still, you could say they breathe, but you know what I'm saying. It's not like an animal or something like that. So yeah, it still teaches you some good responsibility and things of that nature. But how about you? Do you like? Do you have a green thumb? Do you like plants? Okay, so I know there's a way. I feel like from some of these mods, there is a way where you can keep the filters from deselecting, and I need to learn how to do that because it kind of gets annoying to have to go back through and add my filters. But I feel like I read that like a month ago or so, and I couldn't figure out how to get it to work. So I need to figure that out. Little campers. Where's little campers? There it is. That way I'm not wasting so much time having to go back in, because when I use my eyedropper tool, that's what kind of messes it up. We do have these big ferns. I forgot about that. Wait. Okay, wait. I like the look of that better. Let's see. I like that. It's kind of got more of a jungle-y type look to it. It's like more I don't know how to explain it. I feel like that's more the vibe though. Or, oh, and we have this one, so I could double them because this one goes higher up, whereas the other one goes more out. Let me see how much it clips with the sign though. I might not like that. I could scoot this over just a little bit. I kind of like that it grows over the sign a little though. I like that better. Live in a greenhouse made out of wood. It's also generation. Oh, okay. Nice. So we have a lot of green thumbs then. Here in the chat. Okay, so I think we're good on that. I want to do something here because I just don't like these vines randomly being here. I want something up against this wall. So we're almost there. We're almost there. Bear with me while I try to figure my life out with this side. I think I want to carry some of this over though. Like I kind of like the idea of still bringing this bush over, and I just use my eyedropper tool. No! What color? I think we could use that potentially. What is this? Oh, let's use these. We could put... I don't like the shape of that. I don't know. It looks kind of weird. It's kind of like just like a ball. I want something that's not as maintained looking, I guess. Ooh. What if we just did a big shrub right here? I actually love that. Yeah, we'll do that. Because it doesn't block the porch, and we'll put something shorter next to the porch ledge right here. I think that could work though. Maybe scooch these over just a little. Okay. And then we could put, let's bring these over. I might size them up. Yeah, because we can size those up and it'd be fine. Okay, and then we'll bring, what does this look like with its normal size? Yeah, maybe just size down one and kind of have them, kind of like the idea of putting them under as well, just for extra kind of coverage. So we'll do that. And then maybe we can also sneak some of these in just for getting some red color over here and around the bottom. Okay, and then let's see, I want to take a couple more of these, maybe size one up right here and put it out a little, and then put a couple of small ones around it. Yeah. I think this is giving us kind of that messy but pretty style that I'm going for. Yeah. I think this is cute. I think it's coming together. You have a sad plant story. Growing pumpkins on the side of your house, and they were as big as a baseball, but then the house needed to be painted and they all got crushed. Oh, that's sad. I don't think I've ever grown pumpkins. It's like the one thing I don't think we ever grew that I can remember. Don't understand messing up the environment. Yeah, I'm very much a person who doesn't like to see things like that happen when it comes to the environment. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Let me move these. Kind of want these to be out of the way a little bit more. I do have a pond. I have a pond over here in the back. Little pond, a pumpkin patch. Maybe this year you can have your pumpkins. I hope so. I even put like a little ribbon on this one. Just pretending like they had a pumpkin contest or something. Pumpkin show. This was best in show or something like that. So this is all like just meant to be a display for the most part. Thought it was kind of a fun vibe to go with. So let me scooch this over. There we go. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Mm-hmm. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Okay, now let's look at indoor plants real quick because I want to put something, even though it's indoor plant, I want to put it outside. And I also need to make sure I don't use something or another pack. I want to put something right here. If I shrink that, size that down. Kind of like that. We'll just go with that. It works. So I think I have some rose bushes somewhere. Is that what these are? I think these are rose bushes, technically. I have them kind of scattered throughout the lot, kind of everywhere. I'm trying to refrain from using too many colors that are not red, yellow, and orange, because that's the vibe that we're going with. So I have a couple back here that are like light blue. But other than that, I kind of stuck with red, yellow, orange. But yeah, I think these are red rose bushes is what these are. So I do have a well over here too. So not to keep like putting down your comments, but we do have a well over here. So I think we're hitting the mark with you, Stitch. Like, I'm glad that we're in sync, you know? We're thinking the same things, so... So I'm just trying to imagine my path here that I don't have yet, because terrain paint is always a pain to use in The Sims. So we'll have a path that wraps around here, so it goes from the front by the mailbox into here, but then I'll probably put like a faint line that goes to the pier, a faint line that goes to the pumpkin patch, as well as a path over here to the bathroom. So we're gonna have kind of terrain paint in all of this green space for the most part. Just keep that in mind. So it looks kind of empty and blank, but we'll have paths at least going into all of those areas. I don't know if I want to like do a ton of stuff over here. Like I want to add maybe a few more plants. But I also don't want to like do too much necessarily. Like I like having those on either side like that. Oh yeah, the cow plants. I thought that was like a fun thing. I like cow plants, so I put them here. It is a little bit random, but I wanted them, so. kind of fun. I was kind of thinking at the time when I put those, like with the pumpkin patch. So normally every year I'll go to one of the pumpkin patches, and it's actually just a big farm, and it's Liberty Mills. They have like one of the pretty much I think they claim to be the biggest corn maze in the country. And every year when I go, I didn't go this year, but they have a big pumpkin patch. But you know, a lot of places that have pumpkin patches, they have like a lot of other things to do, like fun activities and stuff to see. It's not just a pumpkin patch. They'll have like a corn maze or a hay ride and other things. So I was thinking of the cow plants as being kind of like an added commodity that people who go to the pumpkin patch, they can like play with the cow plants, hopefully not die, you know, like just like a fun little added thing. Yes, Stitch, I agree. You cannot have too many plants. I love plants, so all builds at least need one cow plant. Yeah, my last build had cow plants too, but it was the cake topper. I don't know what it's called though. Oh, I have my filters on. No, I don't. So, cow plant. It was this. So I took the cake topper and I sized it up and put it under the treehouse in one of my recent builds. But yeah, I love the tarot card cow plant. Like that's my favorite tarot card. I'm pretty sure there are 28 of them, so I've not actively looked at them all. But from the when the Life and Death trailer came out, that was like the first thing I noticed, and I was freaking out about it. I was super excited about it. But definitely hands down my favorite. Where is it though? Let's see. We've gotta like find it. There it is. Love it. I have this in, I think it's in my dining room in the pink Victorian mansion that I'm working on right now. But love that. But yeah, the tarot cards are awesome. Like so versatile. I think I'm gonna do a challenge where I have a randomizer and it randomly selects one of these swatches, and I have to base each room off of a tarot card. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not planning on like doing all 28. 28 rooms, that would take me forever. I mean that would essentially be like that Gothic mansion. But just do a build where every room is based off of a random tarot card swatch. But yeah, fake plants do make good clutter, Stitch. I agree. I 100% agree. Plants are always my go-to. If I have an open space and it needs clutter, 90% of the time, I would say at least, I will choose a plant and I will put a plant there. Yeah, I'm not sure how to use them. I think with tarot cards, there are a lot of different methods that you can do. But I think it's more for me, what would be, I think, the hardest thing, not really hard, but just takes some time, is there are so many different types of cards that you have to learn their meaning and how you can interpret them and interpret them in combination with other cards. I think that's where a lot of the skill comes in with that, but I don't know. I have no experience with that. I have a Prism Oracle deck, but not for the Oracle part of it. It was more for just the color. I have a series on color theory, and I'm working this week on a video, and it's on the psychology of color. So it's kind of useful because it's just a deck of colors, and each color is associated with kind of like a mood or an energy of some sort. And that's kind of the vibe that I'm going with the video to discuss at a high level. I just thought it was like a good kind of item you can use if you're stuck on a color swatch or figuring out your design elements you want. And you can figure out the type of energy or like what you want to use for each room, etc. So just kind of some random things, but yeah. Okay, so I've been circling this lot for quite a bit, and and I'm trying to figure out. There's something about this section. I'm just trying to keep in mind I don't have terrain paint, so I'm going to have terrain paint. But I'm trying to think about what more I could put over here. I feel like I'm missing something kind of obvious, and I don't know. Like for an outdoor kind of barbecue area, we have a lot of trees, so it's like I would think an umbrella or something, but you don't really need them. I guess if it's, yeah, because like afternoon, evening, you have a little bit here, but it's not a big ordeal necessarily. So, oh, thank you, Zach. Yeah, it's kind of funny how, oh, a picnic blanket. No, that's a good idea. What's funny is that I feel like in almost every single one of my builds, I use one of those, and yeah, I had not put one down for this build. Okay, that works. I'm gonna have to, let me get my filter. I'm not gonna worry about filtering, I'm just gonna try to pay attention to what's what. Oh, we could use the little campers. Perfect. Okay. Let's see here. I might size it down a little. I don't think I want one that's quite that big. I could like scoot this over and kind of turn the table to be more this way. That way this can be like a little more out in the open. I don't know. I don't know if I like that actually. I really like this, the way this is laid out. I could just leave it like this though, and for like by the truck, I feel like that's fine. So I have this swatch inside, so I don't want to use the same one. I actually don't really mind the first swatch. Like this isn't awful to me. The blue, green, and orange or yellow color. I'm fine with that. This is where I have it. I kind of treated it more like a rug inside. So let's see here. Picnic. So we do have cottage living that we can use. So we could use either one of these. Let me just place this and then place this, and I'll see. Let's see which one. Ooh, I like that one. That one like matches pretty well too. What's that? It was the prize for the pumpkin. So I don't know if plant land is a good place to eat. We'll make it work. I mean, it makes sense. We have a tent over here too, so definitely goes with the vibe. My nose is really itchy now. Also forgot to change this. I think I want to go more with that. Okay. And then I know we have like the crate. I think, oh, that might be with toddler. I don't know if that's with little camper or not. Come on. Might be able to get like, I know these are like kitty looking, but I mean, the blanket kind of is too, so why not just kind of lean into that? We could get a couple of these pillows. Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Perfect. Can get this, get another one of these. And I mean, the idea is you could definitely bring your kids with you to this location too, so, you know, it's not just for grown-ups. I like that with Bigfoot. That's cute. I feel like I like the bears better than that one. It kind of matches too with this. The swing set, yeah. I love the swing set that comes with this. I based the whole cottage build on that, actually. I came across this in one of my micro... Actually, I think I used this in a micro home, another micro home that I did. And I came across this swatch, and I didn't use this swatch in that build, but I really liked this swatch. And so then my next build was a cottage that was based on this color scheme. So the whole like interior of the cottage was based on that. So that was fun. I don't know if I have space for this though, because that starts to like get a little crammed. It's a pretty big swing set. It is cute, and I like the lights on it. We might be able to find a way to make it work. Just gotta kind of figure out. I could put it where the cow plants are, but I really want the cow plants. So that's almost like a non-negotiable for me. But yeah, if we can find a spot for it where it kind of fits pretty well, I am down to use them. That's why I was thinking earlier, like I could scoot this stuff a little bit more out of the way, but that wouldn't help, I think, with the swing set. So we've got to figure out where we want to put the swing set. The truck has to stay here. I cannot move the truck. It has to stay there. So, I mean, I could put it over here. Yeah, I can probably fit a bird feeder. What if I did it over here and just moved the grill? I don't know if I want it off kilter like that quite, but... Because the truck is like... I don't know. I don't really like the way that looks. It looks a little crowded. Yeah, I really do want to use this, but I just don't think... I could kind of put it over here, maybe. That might work. Still want my rake over here, though. I move that over a little bit more and do this. It does get a little crowded looking, but I think it's in like a fun way. Maybe pull it back just a little bit more. Oh. I was like, why is it doing that? I was holding down the Windows key, not the Alt key. Yeah, we could do that maybe. Oh yeah, we definitely have plenty of lanterns. I will put some lanterns over here by the picnic blanket. Just keep in mind, this is gonna be a lot of like terrain paint. So it looks empty right now, but we do have a path that's gonna be going from this edge of the lot all the way to the stairs here. And then from here, there is gonna be a path to the pier, and a path from there over to the pumpkin patch that's gonna be connected. And then we'll have a little bit of a path going this way towards the pond bathroom section. So all of this green is not going to be just green right here. Let's see. Oh, that works. That kind of works. Okay. We're cooking. Oh, no. Put some pillows here. I mean, we could even grab the little lantern that comes with this. I kind of like the idea now of thinking of this as being more of a kid's space. I think it's kind of a fun vibe, you know? It's a little more playful. Could even put like a huge monkey. No, we could put like a toy out here on it. Like, I think that's cute. That works. Let's see. Ba-da-da-dum-bum. Put the little wagon. That might be a little too much. I don't like how big that is. I mean, I could size it down, but I don't know if I want to deal with that necessarily. You would love it there. Kind of like the idea of having the books here too. Like, that'd be fun. Yeah, I think this is turning into kind of a fun space. Using a lot more little campers, so that's kind of nice. Bum, bum, bum. Crafty little car activity table. Don't want to put that out. It's a little too big. Oh, I have to place this on, what, a cabinet or something? Don't Wake the Llama Yeti edition. Does that have to be like on a game table or what? Yeah. Just a table. Well, that stinks. I don't want to use that. Bum, 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 bum. This could be kind of fun too. Maybe put a couple of these. I'll change the color here in a second. Or just put the one there. Gives off a little bit of light. Yeah, that's a fun vibe. And then I can put like an actual lantern. Oh, I need to change my filter. Make sure it comes from one of the packs. I could use the horse ranch and put like another lantern over here. Yeah, I kind of like the like rusty looking one like that. Bum, 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 bum. Don't we have, well, I know we do, the sleeping bag. Yeah, we have a lot of different sleeping bags. I thought there was one though where it's actually not rolled up. Or does it? Okay, it can be rolled up though. Okay, well, I can't use this one. So I can only use the horse ranch ones. Not that we want to include this, but I was hoping, I guess in live mode, I could have them roll it up. But I don't want it like laid out like that. I was thinking I could maybe have one rolled up on here. Oh, sorry, Sims Fanatic Ash. So I do have the testing cheats on if you're talking about the Yeti game, and it wasn't letting me do it. but I do have move objects on. So I think it's just one of those, like the kitchen appliances, where it just absolutely has to be slotted to something. Yeah, it does. I will say I think Sims does a pretty good job of having some nice patterns on things for kids. I think we have a lot of fun things when it comes to kids. But yeah, I feel like there's something that I normally, I mean, I do put a lot of plants usually. I'm not worried about it for this section. But I feel like there's normally something else. I think I normally try to put like drinks or a table, like a tray or something of sorts. But I have the books here. I've not really done something like this for kids. So I think from an adult standpoint, it makes sense. But the closest thing I've done with using some of this stuff was in the treehouse that I did in my last build, which was a lot of fun. I used a ton of little campers in there, sleeping bags and all sorts of things. So it's pretty cool. Let me see. Kids, maybe activities. See if there's something else I could maybe fit out here. We do have the radio, the little radio. That could be kind of cute, I guess. It fits the vibes of like with the picnic. I kind of wanted it a little smaller. I don't feel like I like this as much though. It kind of gives me a different vibe. It is a cute object. I just don't think it is quite the aesthetic. If you know what I'm saying. I don't think I can't remember if I uploaded. Let me check really quick for you. Ash, let me see. I honestly don't remember everything that's on my TikTok. I don't know if I posted. I did. So there's like a if you go away, I don't want pop-ups. It's 8 videos down. So the top 2 rows, ignore those. It's the one in the middle. It says The Enchanted Howl on TikTok. That's just like the music tour. So it just shows pictures. The live video tour is on my YouTube though, if you wanted to check that one out. It's like the occult Victorian cottage or something. I don't remember what I called it, but it's called The Enchanted Howl. It's on the gallery. So you can just use my EAID Dr. Sims with 3 S's at the end. But I used like this whole TV projector and everything. It was a really fun, that was a really fun space to do. I feel like I always enjoy doing like kids' bedrooms and stuff. Although I don't do a ton of kids' bedrooms all the time, but I do really enjoy them. I think it's a lot of fun, really cute. Okay, so I don't know if I want to put anything else out here actually for this little picnic area. I don't know if we have yeah, I'm not really seeing like anything that I'd want to put in addition to what we already kind of have. Just keeping in mind, limited pack build, I see a few things that I do want to put, but I just can't. So I'm gonna keep with that. Somehow my glasses got dirty, so. Movie Hangout, yeah, definitely. I used a ton of Movie Hangout in an older build of mine. And it was actually the, I forgot I did that. I kept finding something wrong with the build, and so I uploaded this build like 2 more times. I was so frustrated by the time I was finished with that one. But they were very subtle differences, so even if you download the original or whatever, it's fine. But the llama shell challenge from Little Simsy did a llama shell challenge way back in April of this year. I used a ton of Movie Hangout in the upstairs space. So like all over the place. That's a fun pack. I actually really like that one. It has a lot of fun eclectic vibes to it and patterns and things like that. I used it a lot in my Casa de Calavera build as well because of the fun colors. But the Llama Love Haven build that I did is definitely a lot of Movie Hangout. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I like the story with that one too because that build, I was imagining a single mom with, I think it was 2 daughters or 3 daughters. I can't remember. I think it was 2 though. Yeah, I think it was 2 daughters. The father passed away, and I had a basement, and so a lot of the dad's things were in the basement. They had moved them into the basement, and then that second level where the big opening was, they converted where his gym equipment was and all of his stuff, and converted it into like a fun movie hangout space. And so that was kind of the idea with that. So the mom and the girls were, they like turned a kind of sad space of a loving memory into like a fun new space for them to create memories, was kind of the storyline with that. They're so hateful. uh, yeah, it can get a little tricky. I've done a lot of hers. I did the llama shell challenge. I did the shark shell challenge. I did the soup shell challenge, which was just one of her latest ones until the new one she just announced with that really weird slim shaped one. I don't know if I'll get to that one this go around, because I really want to focus on that Victorian build. But yeah, it kind of can throw you for a loop. But that actually, Ash, if you're still on TikTok, watching that build that I just referred you to was actually what I built from Lil Simsy's Soup Shell Challenge. So that was the build I did for that. That one I had a lot of fun. The basement in that one took me forever. Very, very, very cluttered with a lot of small items and things. Oh, Stitch, sorry I missed your message. Can I fit a flower arrangement table? I don't know if I'm gonna have that. I'm not quite sure if that's the vibe I want necessarily. I wanted to have the foraging table. I thought that made a little more sense for like the kind of cabin vibe that we were going for. So I think I kind of want to stick with that for right now. Just keeping in mind, like, too, this is, you could definitely download it from the gallery and put it wherever you want, but this is being built in a destination world, so this is in Granite Falls. So it's technically, I don't think it's technically meant to be a house, right? Yeah, it's a vacation rental. Vacation rental. So, just something to keep in mind too. So one thing I still need to do inside is put lighting. So I still have like these little lights. I don't plan on keeping those. I want to put like some old timey kind of lighting in here. So that's something I need to still do as well. I still need to do outdoor lighting too. Haven't gotten to that yet. Which maybe I could do that now. Try to figure out what lighting we want outside. Okay, I can't think. I keep clicking on all the wrong things right now. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for the likes. That jumped up. I wasn't paying attention. We're almost at 1900. Thank you so much. That is a lot for me. I don't get likes very often on TikTok, and so I don't really pay attention to them too much. But the last time I streamed, we hit 10K, which that has never happened. I've never gotten that close at all, or that many. So I'm just not used to checking on that as regularly as I guess I should be. Ooh, I don't like that swatch, but if we can find a swatch that works well, I kind of do. I wish there were more like brown swatches than whites and blacks. We have this green one. I don't know if I like that. There's something about that that's not vibing for me. I don't think. I don't know. Probably overthinking it. But I've never used these, but I need to use this because that's a fun item. Bum 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 bum. Okay. I could use a corbel to cover it. Yeah, that's actually I could. That's a good idea. Not sure. I could try that. I feel like I would spend way too much time trying to figure that out tonight. I might have to come back to that. This is kind of a cute vibe too. Like that is not that bad. Or that. With the wood. Oh, wait a second. I didn't realize the like lighting. I do like the orange tone to that. That's kind of a nice vibe. See, this is why it takes me forever to do things. This is why I can't do things. Ever. Okay. I just thought to check on my columns. Thankfully they hadn't moved. So like on the inside here, these are just columns to give a paneled look on the inside. And sometimes whenever you do some weird funky things, it'll bring the columns down to a different height, and I always have to fix it. And I don't think I've had to do that yet. Let's see here. But we have a nice little like nook over here under the staircase. So I put like a lot of clutter with like boxes and stuff. For those of you who have joined in, I didn't really tour this since the beginning, but we have our little living space over here to the side. I still plan on coming in and cluttering it up a good bit more, but this is kind of what we're working with on the inside. I put the tiny living sofa. So this is a little bit finicky. Functionality might not work very easily. I think you have like one slot that you can do whenever you kind of use this trick, and I think it might have to be up against this wall. But I don't always build for functionality, I build for vibes, and so that's like one of my mottos. If you download the house to play in it, you might have to finagle some things around, move it. It's not a big deal. But this is kind of what we're working with over here. I understand these are towels, but we're pretending that these are throw blankets that are folded on the couch. So that's why those are there, in case you're wondering. We use our imaginations. And then so you can see the clipping here. So I need to go in and fix it with the tool mod. So that won't always be like that. But to kind of give the illusion of that being like a ceiling to this part right here, I put these shelves and I sized them up to make it look like a kind of paneled flooring. So that's what those are doing there and why I did that. But yeah, I always like to use platforms or something to make this space functional. This is functional though. They should be able to, I think that's what you got to test, or I need to test, is that they can still get into the bed with something under it or not. That's the kind of glitchy thing. Grandparents living here? Yeah, you definitely could. It definitely gives that vibe. I used to like a lot of the cottagey vibes for this build, so I could totally see grandparents living here. I definitely could see that. So cozy. I was just going for some cozy vibes, so that's what we're dealing with. And then again, the bathroom is not like a full bathroom, so you have your shower and a sink in here, but then again, that's why I put the bathroom over here. You have a pee bush out here too, so kind of old-timey, you know, got to go outside to go to the bathroom. So it's kind of the vibes that I was going for. But I love using, I think the fun thing with micro homes is it makes you have to use the space in a very unconventional way. And you have to think outside the box, and that's what I really like about micro homes. So it's pretty fun. Okay, so corbels, they're over here, right? Is it considered a wall sculpture? I don't use them very often. Yeah. Thankfully, we can use cottage living, so let's see what we can do if we can make this work. I know we're gonna have to size that down. Might not spend a lot of time on this tonight, but I just kind of curious. It's not at all centered. I need to do a better job with that, but let me just kind of see. Yeah, like I feel like I can make that work. I think the thing is like I don't want to use necessarily the green. It's just kind of looking weird to me. So if I did this, I'd want it to kind of just be I think black, but the white still kind of comes out. There we go. So I could do something like that. Yeah, that was a good suggestion, because it almost like works seamlessly with how this kind of connects inside the nook in this. I'm going to do a better job aligning it. Like, this is not exactly how I'm going to keep it, but yeah, I think this works really well as a good fix. Let me see if there are any others that I'd want to try. Don't think this would look good from Seasons. I guess not that it would make a difference to use that, but is this like the debug version? Is that why? Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just a difference. Honestly, no, that does look kind of weird. Okay, I gotta think for a second. Let me just eyedrop this to get the original size. Just need something to reference for a second. So if I'm gonna take a minute to do this, so I apologize in advance. Oh, whoops. So be patient with me for a second while I try to figure this out. Okay, so let me make it 0.6. Like, that actually looks fine. I want to try maybe, so 0.6 is a maybe. I want to see what 0.5 is and see how that compares. So that's exactly, I think, whenever I size it down from normal. I know this is like such an intricate detail, just bear with me. I'm really curious. I have a lot of fun whenever I get into the weeds a little bit, so. Okay, so if I bring that up, that's not gonna look quite right, I don't think. I need to center it. I was trying to let this hook meet that, and I think it fits really well. Like, I know that's such a small detail, but it is important to me, so. So 0.55 seems to work really well. That's cool. That's cool. I'm excited about that. And now I already know what I need it to be for this one. Thank you for bearing with me on that. Let's see. Because I was thinking of putting it on both sides. I don't know if that's a little too much, but I kind of like... yeah, like, see how cool that is? Like, it actually, like, hooks into that. I just think that is such a small detail that probably nobody would notice unless you're on this live stream, but I think it's really cool. So, I'm very happy of that. Thanks again, Zach, for the suggestion of using a corbel. Hi, Sleepy Bunny. Love your name. 2,000 likes. We hit 2,000 likes on TikTok. Thanks, guys. So I just realized, actually, so I was thinking, oh, maybe I should take like a little bit of a break, like a 5-minute break just to chat. But I downloaded this new like scene, so like, you know, this little frame I'm in and everything. And I don't think I made a scene that's just like a collab scene to chat with y'all. Like, I don't want to click on intermission because I feel like it's going to be all over the place and that's going to be embarrassing. So I don't even want to try. But if anyone wants to do like a Q&A right now, I wouldn't mind taking just a few minutes. I'm probably not going to be online for too much longer because, I mean, I do have work tomorrow, so can't stay up too late. I'm really happy though with the progress so far. I mean, this is almost done. There's still something about this area over here. I think I just need to make it fuller. It's just a little too, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I think even just terrain paint might help. But like, I'm really happy with how all of this looks over here. I love the back. Like, I don't want to change anything. I don't think I really need to add anything back here. This little pumpkin patch and everything. But yeah, I think it's mainly just getting this area. Oh, bird feeder. Someone had mentioned a bird feeder. Was that you, Zach? Or was that, I think it was Zach. I don't know if it was Stitch or not. Let me get a bird feeder. Bird feeder. Oh no. Okay, so I can't add a bird feeder. because we are not using, is that backyard stuff? So I can't do a bird feeder. I'm really trying to stick to not expanding the pack, the number of packs anymore. So we do have a bird bath though. So, you know, we do at least have that. And we have this little thing too, flock of wild birds. So we have some bird things. We have some bird things. I didn't know we had this. I didn't know that was a thing. Birdseed box? Jeez, I've put so many bird feeders and stuff in my other builds. I never knew this was a thing. Oh, it was someone on TikTok? Was it? I don't think so. It was Stitch. Yeah, it was Stitch. Stitch was on YouTube. So I've been talking, I've had people in the chat from all three platforms, which has been amazing. I love that. Yeah, so Stitch asked for a bird feeder, but I can't put one in. I think Stitch is gone. What would I put? Oh man, that's a hard question. If I could add anything to The Sims 4, what would I add? One thing that comes to mind immediately, which isn't, I guess, as exciting, I feel like, to the general audience or general Sims base, is it would be fun if we could have like theaters, or something to that extent, like thinking of like venues for concerts, operas, things like that. I think just in general, something along that theme would be really cool. Expand our like instrument selections, music things. I would love that. I think that would be super, super cool to have. But like, I don't know though. I feel like all the time I'm complaining about us not having something, and now that I'm asked the question, I don't know off the top of my head what would be nice to have. But I would like to see like more music oriented things come into the mix a bit more. There's so many instruments. It's kind of like we only have pianos and guitars for the most part. We have like the violin. But like I feel like they could do a lot more with that. But yeah. I mean, I am all on the fairy train. Like I know a lot of people want fairies in The Sims. I would love that. I think it would be so fun to have more like magical occults and things like that, and lots of items along those lines. I know like I love Realm of Magic a lot. So that's like a fun vibe to build with even. So I would love more like whimsical type furniture and more like cottage living. Like we need another, I would love another expansion pack that's along the lines of cottage living, but just like a different take on it. But yeah, a color wheel would be amazing for objects. It's funny because that's what kind of got me turned off from playing Sims 3 though. So I was a huge Simmer as a kid. I played the first Sims, the original Sims, and then Sims 2 came out, and that's when they started doing like kind of added on DLC and features and stuff. And I had a ton of fun with the business one where you could like open a toy store or, you know, whatever, and have customers come in and buy things, or a bakery or something. I don't know if that was an option or not. I can't remember all of it. But I played Sims so much as a kid, and then Sims 3 came out and I got it. And I don't know why, if it was just too different, but Sims 3 kind of it lost me. I kind of lost interest in the game from Sims 3, And I think it was because of the customization. As a kid, that was overwhelming to me because, kind of wanting it to all match really well and everything. I felt overwhelmed at the level of customization because you could literally make it any color, you could make it any material, and it was like, whoa, like I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of nice to have just a limited number of swatches for things because then you don't overthink it and spend too much time. It's kind of like, oh, it matches, oh, it doesn't, move on, try something different. But I think I'm at a point now though where yeah, a color wheel would be nice to have back. Heights for the cast people, I could see that definitely being a thing. Actually, now it's funny, I've never thought of that, but yeah, like it's kind of funny that's not something that's in The Sims. You would think that wouldn't be too difficult to include. But yeah, something as simple as height definitely makes it more representative if you're trying to make a sim after someone or yourself and you can't really make the height work. um, yeah. Cass, I have very limited experience. I have more time playing in live mode than I do Cass. I've only made a couple of sims where I actually made every outfit and everything from start to finish. But yeah, I could see that being a feature people would want. Let's see if I can kind of go ahead and get an idea for lighting on the inside. I am curious to know when it's all said and done how many DLCs Sims 4 is going to end up with. Because it's a little out of hand in my opinion. It's a little crazy. I am glad. I will say I'm really glad with the like new decision to work with CC creators. So I'm excited for those packs that come out because I feel like a lot of CC creators make objects and things that I prefer over the actual official Sims objects and stuff that come out. So I'm really glad that they're trying to work with them. I just hope that they end up getting compensated fairly. It's kind of my take on that. You're a cast person? Yeah, I built one of my first cottages, actually. The first cottage, which was really just like my second build, I think, when I came back to Sims 4, because I took a big hiatus, like a 3-year hiatus from playing it. I still remember her name, Lila Noteworthy. I made her. She's on the gallery, but I made her specifically for the cottage that I built. And she was a world traveler and a writer, so I had a lot of fun kind of with her storyline and putting that into the build. I think that helps a lot too. So when you asked about inspiration earlier, I have done that. Like I told you some storylines with some of my other builds. I think it helps when you have a sim in mind because that alone can serve as inspiration for your build, like what items you put in it, the design elements of it, and things like that, the floor plans. So can definitely get inspiration from like a person or a sim that you have in mind. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what lights I want to use for this. I don't know how my glasses keep getting dirty. Like I'm not touching them. What is going on? I felt my freezer bony over here is just kind of causing some mayhem. I don't even think he's visible. Yeah, he's not really. The pumpkin is kind of covering him up in my little scene. But my little freezer bony guy I have over here. Hey, Zasan, how are you doing? Good to see you. We're working on a little micro cabin vacation destination right now. Gonna probably be wrapping it up here soon. Getting very sleepy, and I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I'm exhausted all the time. My job is just wearing me out. I don't know what. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put my filters back on because it's just overwhelming trying to look through everything. Let's see here. Do this, that. Not that I think we have any options from these, but just in case. Okay, where are you? Where are you? Okay, I'm losing my mind. I'm getting tired. Where is it? Oh my goodness, that was so frustrating. And I forgot to mark little campers. Where are you, my friend? Little campers. Okay. I love how it's like, I'm doing a limited pack build and it's like, let me select 9 of the packs. Oh, you just got off your live? How'd it go? Are you still working on that big mansion? Let's see here. Yeah, see, limited my options drastically. I feel like this. Oh wait, no. This is Heather Chandler. Maybe there we go. Second. It's like I don't need the third. I feel like this could work over here in the kitchen. Maybe. I'll figure out the exact location of it here in a second. My dog's in here, so she's probably yelling at me to like take her out soon. Maybe put one over there. Like I could do the same one. That's not a big ordeal. Not up here though. Thinking maybe try to do. I don't even know if I want to put a hanging light up here. I feel like that. I know I'm overthinking it, but just let me overthink. That's my process. Like, it actually doesn't. It's kind of close though. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Like, what if I don't have one there? I kind of like that better. Okay. So we're going to go with this for now until I change my mind, which I probably will do. See, that's what I've said. 9 is limited for me, especially. Very limited. Like, most of my builds use at least 20 or 30 packs. So, if I use 9, I'm doing really well. Oh, you did gameplay. 10th generation family. So, I would love to get into that. I'd love to do, like, start a legacy challenge. I've never done one before. Gameplay makes me nervous because I really don't know what I'm doing. I get very overwhelmed with gameplay. I don't know if I want it to be over there. I think I'd rather it be more this way. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I did the speed run of the Reaper's Rewards event, and it took me a few hours to do. And thankfully, I had Ryan and Anglican on the stream for that because they were helping me like so much. I did not know what I was doing. And it's just so many pop-ups all over the place, and it used to not be that way. And I just feel like it's getting more and more overwhelming with all the new expansion packs because there are just so many things going on all the time. And it's just like, I don't know how to do half the things anymore like I used to. Oh, thank you. You let whatever happen. Yeah, it's a good way to go about it. Oh, Zach, what I do for a job? I am a research scientist, so I do a lot of research studies, data analysis. I write up research papers and publications. My legacy houses would be so top tier. I appreciate that. I feel like I'd probably spend, a month just working on the legacy house before I even get to live mode to start playing it. But I do think it's fun. Like I've seen other simmers, of course, do the legacy challenges, and that's why I've gotten pretty interested. I think that's like a good. It's almost like a rite of passage as a simmer. I feel like the legacy challenge is kind of like a great starting point. Like everyone kind of, I feel like, does a legacy challenge. But yeah. Yeah, you kind of just got to go with the flow. It's like, I know I would eventually get better at it, but it's just kind of, it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know what I'm doing half the time in live mode. It's like, I don't know the best way to do this, or I try to look on the phone to figure out how to do something else, and I have to Google on my phone all the time how to do things. It's not very efficient. I think we're good on this over here. Yeah, I kind of like the cozy vibes. Like, I don't want that there either. I kind of like this being like a little bit darker upstairs. Like, we have the lamp here, but I don't want it to be like super bright. You have some windows, and you have these windows over here. So, I'm not too worried about that. I think we got the lighting. Just keep it very simple. Very simple. And then we still have a lot on the outside to kind of get figured out. But to be honest, we got a lot done. Like, I think it's a lot more the character, right? From where we started to where we are now. And I'm still just annoyed I can't put the terrain paint down until I'm like done because Sims has to be stupid and delete it. But yeah, I think we're on to something here. I think we made some good changes. Just not sure. I still don't know about this section over here. Like, I know I want to do something, I just don't know what it is yet. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I think for me, it's just the plants. Live mode's chaos is so funny as well. Yeah, I agree. Have you done the not so berry challenge? I feel like I would have a lot of fun with that one. I think that would be a ton of fun. I don't know. I definitely want to try it out. But okay, so if we scoot this over and up a little bit, I'm trying to think. Let me look outside real quick, or look outside. Look at activities. Maybe you can get some ideas. I don't think I've seen that before. All the debug. You think they fixed it? I mean, I feel like that would be one of the ones that they would want to have fixed sooner rather than later. I think this is what I was thinking of earlier, you guys. Whenever I said, I feel like I'm missing something, it was a cooler. I knew it was like something to do with food. I just couldn't put my finger on it. I was like talking about the drink trays and stuff that I do more so with like for adults, but this was like a kiddie space. It was the cooler. I do want to make it a little bit smaller though, I think. But yeah, I think having like a little cooler out here somewhere. I don't know exactly where I want to put that just yet, but could put it like right here. No, I don't like that. See, this is when I know I'm tired because I was nothing feels like it's right. Everything just feels wrong. Nothing looks right to me. I don't like that. Oh, that looks bad. Let me see. Definitely want to use the green one, I think. Instead, what if I pull that forward, put this a little bit further in, and do something like that? That's fine. I'll leave that for now. Yeah, not so very. All the colors. That's why I think I would like it a lot because it's very colorful, focused, oriented. I know there's a lot more to it than just that, but I love the idea of like building a whole house based on a color or something like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. You haven't played The Sims 4 in a while. Oh, in 6 years? Wow. Yeah, so I started playing Sims 4 back in 2020. It might have been late 2019. I think it was 2020 though. Or no, I'm thinking it was definitely 2020. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. I'm just gonna say 2020. I played for a little bit, not very much. I recreated my childhood home, and then played some. I did some live streams. I actually think they're still on my YouTube channel. My like really old live streams, and I did live mode, and played some then and streamed Sims. But I was also streaming a lot of other games at the time. But then I took like a 2-3 year break from playing it and got back into it just this past year. And it's finally kind of stuck with me from this point forward. But yeah, it's changed a lot even just in my short time playing it. So I can only imagine waiting 6 years. Go eat. Good to see you. Glad you stopped by. But yeah, I've met a lot of great people. I feel like there are a lot of great people in the Sims community, and that's what I love about it. Now I have heard stories about like toxicity in the Sims community too, so I understand that there are definitely it's you're gonna have both types of people. I feel like in every community, but I would say overwhelmingly it's a very positive community versus other gaming communities. Like I would not at all say like the Sims community is the same as like the Fortnite community at all. Because I did stream Fortnite a ton and I still play Fortnite a lot. I'm not sure people would enjoy me playing that like in a live stream though. I don't think they'd like watching me play it, but I do plan on playing other games other than Sims. My idea with this channel was to play Sims games. So my name, Dr. Sims, like Sims is not meant to be like just the Sims 4 franchise. I meant Sims as in like simulation games, which is why I put Sims with an S, like Sims, all the simulation games. So like I know Life by You and Zoe, like those are two that are have been early access for some people, but like when those come out, I'm kind of curious to play in those and see what it's like. But I want to like play other games too. But I think Sims 4 content is going to be my like primary content. So I plan on like branching out a little bit and playing other games. I have Tiny Glade. I bought it today. I'm excited. I've seen it on TikTok a lot and it caught my eye. And this sounds weird, but I really like the sounds like when you're building in it. It's just like kind of a nice, relaxing game to watch. And I thought I'd try playing it. So I love, and that's what I love about Sims is building. And so I feel like I'm going to kind of get into some other games that are kind of similar with just you build things. That's kind of my vibe. I love those types of games. But yeah, it'd be fun. It'll be fun. I almost streamed Tiny Glade tonight. I thought about just playing it for the first time, but I was like, no, I'll wait. I'll wait. I don't want to confuse people too, because I don't want them to be like, why are you not playing Sims? And not really care about watching me play something else. But I don't know. I might try it later this weekend because I don't want to play it until it's a live stream because I want to record and embarrass myself, I guess, trying to learn how to play it. Parenthood was the last pack you bought? Okay. Yeah, it's been a while then. Yeah, it has been a while for you. I know that one's not that it's like super old, but when was that? I'm like trying to look at the list. How do I keep missing? Oh, Parenthood was not. Yeah, I was like, wait a second. It's It's like it's a game pack, not an expansion pack. I was thinking of like get together or growing together, one of the two. I said that. I just realized I've spent a lot of time not doing anything, but talking. House Flipper, yeah. I've seen. I think I've watched Lil Simsy play that before. It looks like it's fun. It looks fun. I think the thing I don't like about that one as much is it's more of just design. So like renovating. I guess you can build walls though. Can't you? I think you can build walls in House Flipper. I like starting from scratch though. I think it's kind of like my thing. I like to build from scratch. I like renovations, don't get me wrong. I've thought about in the future if I get, I don't know, if I start getting more viewers, I think it would be fun to kind of do a series where I like have followers build something for me to flip. I think that would be like a really cool concept. But okay, you can build full-on houses in that game. Okay, I don't think I've seen anyone do that, but I don't really seek house flipper content, so I wouldn't know. I would not know. One thing I just realized was for this porch, I didn't put like a railing, but I don't think I want to. You know, like I think this is the vibe to keep it open. Another thing that I'm thinking about too is that since I use the really tall wall height, I kind of feel like I want to put, at least on this one, like this is such an empty wall. I kind of want to like put vines or something. Like I kind of wonder. With the packs though, cottage living I know has plenty. I think I need to go. Yeah, so we have these. I don't know if these are what I want to use though. I kind of like it when it's like this. Like low to the foundation. Ignore the clipping. I'm gonna probably put some of the coverage like I did over here and put them under here. But I do kind of like that for there. I might try to scoot it over just a little bit more. Oh no. I still want it to do the sunken thing though. Yeah, I don't think I can do that there. I could make it smaller. Actually, I do like that, I think. I like how it fits the contour to the hose. Yeah, like I've seen Lil Simsy do House Flipper a lot. I don't think I've ever watched her build a house from scratch though. But I definitely am not a huge, I don't watch her on Twitch ever. I'll sometimes put her streams because she has the More Simsy channel, and I'll put those on like in the background sometimes, or like I'll put those on for my dog when I'm not home or something like that. But I don't really watch a lot of her streams. I'll watch her Shell Challenge tour streams because I like the inspiration. But I don't really watch a lot of her videos super often, all the time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Kind of like the way that looks. I'm wondering... Okay, so I know the thing that annoys me in Sims is that some of them are here, I think, and then some of them are actually like in the plants. Did I forgot to mark base game, didn't I? No, I didn't. Huh. There are definitely other kind of vine plants that I'm not seeing. And I don't know why they're not showing up. Because they're not... I don't think they're under outdoor plants, are they? I feel like... Okay, they are. I feel like I've looked in outdoor plants before and they weren't there. And I remember being shook that they weren't where I thought they would be. And now you're telling me they're in outdoor plants. Which is, of course, the obvious choice. But telling you, that was not always the case. Probably was, but I don't remember that always being the case. Now, I know it's clipping with the stuff at the bottom, but does that clip on the inside? I don't think it does. Even if it did, you couldn't see it, so... It actually doesn't, so I kind of like how that fits to the foundation. I just think it might look a little goofy. Yeah, it looks kind of goofy, doesn't it, when it sticks out like that? Definitely want the lighter green swatch. I don't like that. Something about that doesn't look right. I didn't delete anything, did I? Oh, I forgot to put my deletion protection on. I need to do that. You watch more Simsy? The chat room stresses you out. Yeah, I mean, she definitely always has a ton of people watching her. I think for me, so Lil Simsy is actually the reason why I got back into playing Sims 4 when I did. Like, actually getting the game. Because I hadn't played... Sims 3 was the last thing I played, and that was, like, so long ago. So I didn't download, like, actually have Sims 4 until 2020. And that's because during COVID, I came across her video, one of her videos, and I just started binge watching her videos. And then that kind of got me, like, into my nostalgic feeling of when I used to play Sims all the time as a kid and everything. And I kind of stopped when I got into high school because I took my studies a lot more seriously. So I didn't play video games nearly as much as I did when I was in elementary and middle school. And I picked up other hobbies and stuff. So, yeah, she kind of inspired me, and that's why I like watched her. But then I kind of like started doing my own thing, and I've definitely binged her content. I watch a lot of her videos. I think she continues to kind of motivate me. I'm not the biggest fan of her builds necessarily. They're very simple, which is not a bad thing. Well, I think what I'm most impressed with and what I do like about Lil Simsy is one, she stands up for her values and her morals. And she doesn't care like if she loses followers from it or not. And I highly, highly respect that because I feel like that's something we don't see very much anymore on social media. I think people who gain a large following get really scared to actually be themselves, and it's like they lose sight in the fact that they got to where they are because they are being themselves. So anyways, I really respect her for that, and I think it's very impressive that she posts daily. Like, even though that's her full-time job, like, still to post as much content and stream as much as she does, I think is extremely impressive. So I have mad respect for her in that regard, even though her builds are not necessarily like my kind of, I don't know, not my vibe necessarily. Oh, hey, Izzy. How are you doing? Yeah, you still subscribe all the people you watched. So, um, just playing so I get recommended more. Um, yeah, I think it's a lot of fun to subscribe to a lot of people in the Sims community. I get a lot of inspiration from other people's builds all the time, and I think that's what's so fun about this game is that even though it's been out for 10 years, I think, right? I don't remember exactly. I think Sims 4 came out in 2014, right? I actually don't know. I think it was. Oh, you're getting inspo? I hope I can inspire you. We're working on a little micro cabin here. It's in the destination world, Granite Falls, so it's more of a vacation rental. But thanks for the follow, Izzy. Appreciate that. I've been chatting more than I've been doing. I don't know. I think this is fine. Like, I don't think I need to carry it all the way up. I might try to, like, overlay a little bit more. So, like, grab another one. I don't know if this was the right one to grab, but just to thicken it up. Yeah, I don't want that one. I think this one. I still want it to be small. Yeah, like, I think thickening it up a little bit more is kind of what I was wanting. I just don't like having a huge blank wall like that. Man, I would love to incorporate some of these others, but I'm not going to do it. We're sticking with the limited pack build here. We're going to stick to it, I promise. Although I did say 10 and under, and I'm at 9, so even though technically it's 8, I'm still kind of mad that I accidentally used a couple of plants from a pack. What was it Get Together or Growing Together? I hate that those names are so familiar because I get myself confused with it all the time. What was it? Yeah, Get Together. Okay. So I could technically, if I wanted to try to incorporate these, they're from Get Together, so I wouldn't be adding a pack. We have yellow. I feel like that's too spring yellow. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think the sunflowers are more like autumnal looking, and these yellow and orange, but I think that's a little too spring yellow. So maybe that's not the vibe. Ooh. Ooh. Wait a second. I love that. Oh, that looks good. Okay. Okay. I think I want to use... Oh, dang it. I love the trellis color on this green, but I like the leaves to be more this faded green. You know what I'm saying? That's unfortunate. That's really annoying. Why? Why does this happen? Can you get a tour? Sure. It won't take long. Let me see here. We'll go through the door here. So, once you come in, you have a nice little kitchen right off the entrance over here. So lots of like cottagey, lodgy vibes is what we're going for. And then under the staircase, you just have like a little bit of a nook for some storage, just some nice little clutter. But that's kind of the kitchen space at a glance. And then off of that, we have our living space over here. So a little bit of a built-in nook with the tiny living. Murphy bed, sofa combo. I don't expect the Murphy bed to be functional. More for vibes, just more for vibes. Fit the small area over here with a TV. Nice seating. Don't really have like a dining space, but we're just, you know, kind of pretending here. We're going with the vibes that they can just eat in the living room. And then I just have like a little lofted bed space up here. And then we have a shower and sink. And to make it more immersive, the bathroom is outside. So you have to go outside to use the bathroom. So I have like the facilities here, but I also have a pee bush. So that's kind of the vibe. So cute little space, if I do say so. So, but yeah, it's fun. Thanks, Zach, for confirming. So it's 2014. Okay. That's true. Yes, we do have our picnic tables outside, so you can definitely come and eat outside. So, for sure. Thank you, Izzy. Okay, well, I think I have... I'm really annoyed by the trellis color not matching. I think I'm gonna do this to match the wood tones, though. I'd rather have that look better and have a darker colored leaf than not. I still think I like the look of this overall. Like, I don't want to sacrifice the look of that. Although, I wouldn't mind seeing if it overlaps. I kind of want it to touch the top. So doing that more so. I think that looks fine. I don't want to use a lot of the wisteria. I have it out here, but that's not really the vibe for the cabin. Not building a cottage, you know, and I do think that looks better with like cottagey builds. Not to say that you couldn't use it on this, but just they're purple. So I want to stick with reds, yellows, and oranges when it comes to my plants for the most part. I still think it's so funny that I was stressing out whenever I found that out. So it was really funny when I was first doing this build and I put the pier and I came across this and I was looking at it like this when I was placing it. So I did not like pay attention that it was the one from the bridge that you connect. And so it was just like this random arch over here with the wisteria. And I had already pulled this truck and had it over here, but it was catty cornered a bit different. I was like, well, I could try lining it up with the pier. And so that's why I did that. So this is all one object, but I like the way it looked on the pier. And so we're just pretending like it's growing on the side of the trucks too, or on the side of the truck. So that's why that's like that. Push the plants into the wall. Yeah, I could do that. I don't know if I can do that though with like alt placing on the wall, because I think I can only go, yeah. I don't know if that's something I can do with the tool mod. I don't know though. That would be a lot of, yeah, because I can only rotate and elevate. So I don't know. Whoops. Oh, I forgot to click on it. It's one of those annoying things. When you click on something with the tool mod open, you have to make sure you click on it again. I'm not too worried about it. It's not a big deal. I'm having fun, so. But I do think I would rather have the wood match the cabin than to have the leaf color match and have wood that doesn't. So You know, if you look at it, look at this. See, it's in the sunlight. The plants here are in the sunlight. They're gonna wither away quicker than these. These are in the shade, so that's why these are greener. Problem solved, you know? Let's come up with a story. Not a problem. It's kind of ridiculous the things I'll come up with to justify something in a build like that. I'll come up with some of the craziest stories just to make me feel better about it. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay. I think we're kind of... I would like to... Man, I don't know why my nose is so itchy now. I don't want to like have so many lanterns everywhere, but I kind of like the idea of having a lantern on this barrel by the bench. You know? I don't think I want this lantern though. I kind of want to get another lantern. And yes, I know I don't have my filters on, don't worry. I'm gonna remember what packs I can use versus those I cannot. I do kind of wish that we had Jungle Adventure included. I could use this. I don't like the electric kind of lanterns as much though. I kind of want like a candle or oil lamp or something like this could work over here. Might just use the same one. Where's the cottage? There's a cottage living one, right? I could have sworn there was. I guess I'm wrong. I'm thinking of this, but it's a wall lamp. Yeah. Do. Lanterb. I might just have to do the horse ranch one again. I was trying to shake it up. I love this one from Courtyard Oasis. We do have this, which I've not used anywhere. Maybe I could put this over here by the tent. You know? Yeah. Oh, wow. That thing's bright. I almost don't want to use it because it kind of ruins the vibes. You know what I'm saying? Could go in live mode and try to change the color, the light a little bit. Now, why do they do that? This is the swatch I want for the wood, and the lantern is white. I do not want the lantern to be white. I want the lantern to be black, but I don't like how... You can't win. You just cannot win. I complain about the most absurd things I know, but that just annoys me to no end with some of these things with the colors. Oh, man. Okay, let's get another one of these. Let's do... I don't want to do a star one. I kind of like... Maybe we'll do the green one here. I think this is like a greenish swatch, right? I don't know. That'd be good enough. Let's see. Have a lantern on this. I could even like put... What else could I put here? What would work? All of the drink trays are too big for that. I'm trying to think what else we would want outside on this. Potentially. I almost grabbed something that I cannot use because of the pack limitations. But I remembered. I remembered. Oh yeah, stick it in the tree. I did think about that for a second whenever I was doing that. Definitely could. I'm not too worried about it though. If that swatch matches, it could be kind of a cool thing. If it looks like the tree branch, like if it was a tree branch. Actually, that is the same color, isn't it? I just wish the lantern wasn't white. It's such a nitpicky thing. That's just not the vibe. I don't like the white lanterns, but I do kind of like the look of that, though. Like it's a little branch off of it. I might compromise because of that, because that is kind of cool. It's a cool idea. Maybe angle it more this way if I did that. Yeah. It does match the tent. The roof of it. Or top of it. That is kind of cool. That's a good suggestion. Ugh. Oh my gosh, it's already 11 o'clock. I think I'm gonna have to call it. Not to end so abruptly, but I did not notice that it was already getting that late. I still have to go walk my dog and everything. But this has been a lot of fun though. I was not expecting much on a Tuesday night, but we've definitely had a lot of chatter from people on all three platforms, which has been really cool. So normally weeknights are not nearly as active, so this was fun. This was a lot of fun. But I'm gonna call it, and I'm not gonna promise when I'm gonna stream again. I don't like doing that because you never know what's gonna come up, but don't know what I'm going to stream next. I might do Tiny Glade. I might bring open the Victorian Mansion. I don't think I'm going to bring this one back open because I honestly don't think there's enough to really work on for a stream for this one. I'm going to finish this one on my own time, and then I'll make my YouTube video touring it and everything. But it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you, Zach. It was great talking to you. I hope you have a good rest of your night. And goodbye, everyone else. And I hope to see you in the next one. So make sure you follow and subscribe so you don't miss it. And have a good rest of your day or night, depending on where you're tuning in from.